Welcome everyone. Today we're going to learn all about the operating system basics. An operating system's main job is to run the computer's basic functions, complete tasks, run applications, and control the peripherals. To help us better understand what an operating system is, let's think of it as a classroom. Each classroom has the same basic purpose: to provide a place to be creative and to complete tasks. Although they may share the same purpose, each classroom is designed to create its own unique experience. For example, if you're in an art class, your main tool is going to be a paintbrush, and with that paintbrush, you'll create and express yourself. When you get to English class, you'll change that paintbrush for a pencil as your main tool for creation. Just like the classrooms, the operating systems have the same goal, but they may use different tools to achieve that goal. Now let's dive into our operating system, the Mac OS X. So after we log in, this is the first screen we will arrive at. Let's talk about what these parts are. Over here to the right, we notice that we have some files, folders, and our hard drive. And in the background, we have this beautiful picture. The name of this area is pretty easy to remember if we explain it in this way. When you go to your classroom and you sit down to do all of your work, write your papers, do your art projects, and learn from the teacher, you always start at what place in your classroom? What's the name of that place where you sit down and you do all of your work? That's right, it is the desktop. And this area is called the desktop. And just like your desk in your classroom, here are some files or papers or documents that you may be working on. And on your desktop, you may even have a folder or two, or in your desk. Now let's talk about the area up here, this silver bar. The name of this silver bar, also very easy to remember, if I tell it to you in this way. Imagine we take a field trip to a restaurant. When we get to the restaurant, how are we going to know what we can order from the restaurant? For us to know what we can order, we'll need to look at one of these. Do you know what it's called? That's right, a menu. And because we order many things from this bar up here, this is called the menu bar. Let's talk about the menu bar. Over here we have our Apple icon. From the Apple icon you can learn about the Mac. You can go to the system preferences. You can also log out of your account and shut down the computer, as well as restart. The menu bar also has a very cool searching tool known as Spotlight. So if we click on this little magnifying glass, we can use Spotlight to search all of the items in our computer and even look for things on the internet. More on that later. Let's look at this name here. You see that it says Finder. Finder is the program for your desktop. So whenever you're on your desktop or back at your desktop, you'll know because the menu bar is going to say Finder. And just like a menu of a restaurant, the menu always says which restaurant you're at. For example, if you're at a pizza place, then the menu will have the name of the pizza place on it. If you're at a breakfast place, well then that breakfast menu will have the name of the breakfast place on it. So just like a menu at a restaurant, the menu bar is always going to tell you where you are. And that's going to be really helpful later on to help you not get lost in between programs. For example, let's look at what's under the File menu when we're in the Finder program. So if I click on File, you'll see the first two options are New Finder Window and New Folder. But if we open another program like Google Chrome, you'll notice that now, even though Chrome seems to be gone, the menu bar still says Chrome. That's because all I did was hide the window. I didn't actually close the program, I'm just hiding the window. To help us not get confused, the menu bar is letting us know that we're still in Chrome. And just to verify that, let's look at what's under File now. If I click on File, notice that there's no longer New Finder window or New Folder. Instead it says New Tab and New Window, because these menu items are for Chrome. If this was the Chrome restaurant, well, these would be the menu items you could order. Let's go back to our Finder restaurant or our Finder program. To do that, I'm just going to click on the desktop here, and now we're back in Finder. And back to our menu items. So today we're going to create a new folder so that we can store all of our work in it this year. So we'll single click New Folder. There we go. And notice a new folder is created. Now the great thing about the operating system is it knows that since you created a new folder, you're probably going to want to name it. So it's already highlighted the text for you, so that when you start typing the name of your folder, the text will be erased and replaced with whatever you type. If you accidentally clicked off of your folder, look what happened. It's no longer ready to be changed. If I start typing, the title of the folder is not changing. Here's how you can correct that. First thing you'll do is click on the item to select the item. There it is selected, here it is unselected. Once again selected. Then you will click on the title of that item. In this case it's a folder, and I'm going to single click on the title. Bam. Now the text is highlighted again, and you can go ahead and name your folder. So we're going to name it our class. If you're in 2A, you put 2A. If you're in 3B, you put 3B. And then you put an underscore. This little item here, the underscore, is created by holding down the Shift key on your keyboard and hitting the dash key, which is next to the number 0 at the top of your keyboard. If you don't hold Shift, it'll turn into a dash. And we're going to use the dash for a date or to separate years. But in this case, we don't want to use a dash, we want to use an underscore, which is a great way for holding a space without leaving an empty space. So after that, you're going to put your name, and when you're done typing the name of your title, all you have to do is press return or enter on your keyboard, or you can just click off of it like that. And there's our folder. Now notice that when I named it, the folder slid up into place. These items are all organized by the operating system. And once again, we can use the operating system for our benefit. So if we go up here to View, I can choose an option called Sort By. This is going to sort all the files or folders and items on your desktop in whatever manner you choose. For example, I can sort them by what kind of files they are, or kind of items. So here I go. Bam. And notice it rearranged the items over here on the right. Or I can sort them by their names. So there's many options in there, and you can choose how you want to sort the items on your desktop. Now let's go down here and talk about this guy down here. This area is a very nice place to store applications. These applications, if you imagine, are like a ship out on sea. And these ships take you to fantastic places where you can explore, discover, and learn. When a ship is not out at sea, where do you park it? Not in a parking lot next to the mall, right? So this place where we park our applications is the same place where you park a ship, and that is called the dock. So welcome to the dock, my friends. And the dock is full of applications. You can move their location on the dock. You can also remove some items from the dock by dragging them out here and releasing. You can also add items to the dock by using Spotlight. So here, let's add an item to the dock right now. Click on Spotlight. I'm going to type in paint, because we will be using Paintbrush this year. Now I'm going to click and drag Paintbrush down to the dock. And once it's there, I can move it to whatever location I like. The cool thing about using your dock for applications is that you no longer have to search for them and then open them by double clicking on them. Let me quit this program. Instead of searching, I can simply click on the application on my dock and voila, it opens up. So, one of the benefits of using the dock. Now let's close this program. If I just close these windows, have I actually closed the program? You can find out the answer by looking up here at your menu bar. And you'll see that we are still in Paintbrush. If I click on my desktop, we'll be in Finder. Let me go back to Paintbrush. To quit Paintbrush, I want to click on the actual name of the program and then go to the bottom of the drop menu and choose Quit the name of that program. Alright, so let's review. We know that this area where we keep some of our files and folders is called the desktop. And up here where we can order items for our whatever we need, this area is called the menu bar. We also learned about this search program over here called Spotlight. And down here where we can store applications, we know that this is called the dock. Well, that's about it for today for our first lesson. I hope you learned something new and are excited to use your computers. To finish this lesson, I'd like to show you how to log out or shut down. Once again, you go up to the Apple icon, single click, and you can choose to log out or shut down to end your session. Have a good one, everyone. See you later.